recording. Okay. And I believe we're live, but I did not check the sound for the Zoom. So can I ask all of you to randomly just say nonsensical hi, how are you for me? That works. All right.
Hello,
we got
hello,
sound levels
hello.
just fine.
Talking.
Excellent.
Words.
All right. We're good.
I should have asked if anybody knew the opening monologue to Red vs. Blue because I can go back and forth on that perfectly. Anyways, continue what you were saying.
We may hold you to that at a later date.
I can do it.
All right. Welcome, everyone, to Session 2 of Vampire the Masquerade and Chaotic Narrative RPG. I am Piper J. Drake, and I am your storyteller. One of the unique things about this game is that all of us are novices. We are all writers, storytellers, and this is just about all of the players have never played Vampire the Masquerade before. I have played World of Darkness, but not Vampire the Masquerade, and I have never GM'd a campaign before. So there's a whole lot of learning going on. I hope you'll hang out with us because it has resulted in some really fun storytelling so far, and we're looking forward to more. So without further ado, I'm going to ask my players to introduce myself, starting with Katee.
Oh, hello. I am Katee Robert. I write dark, saucy romance novels. Around the time this comes out, my book Electric Idol will be releasing soonish, or have already just, roundabouts. So it's a Psyche and Eros dirty retelling, reimagining.
It's delightful. Sarah.
Hi, I am Sarah Hawley. I write romance and fantasy and various things. Jenny and I co-host the Wicked Wallflowers Club podcast. And then my debut novel is coming out from Berkeley in 2023. It's called A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon, which doesn't matter so much right now because no one can pre-order it or look at anything to do with it. But it'll happen.
We know it's coming. Gabriel.
Hello, I'm Gabriel of Salmeron. I write fantasy. I'm also a blacksmith, and I have many dogs, which I've mentioned before.
Jenny.
I'm Jenny Nordbak. I am an author, a podcaster, and an audiobook narrator.
Cooper, whose light went out just right then.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Cooper. I'm an author as well. I write mostly a lot of dark and sentimental crap, and I have a high fantasy series called Color Leviathan that is published every week to Amazon's Kindle Vella program. And fun aside to the conversation, between now and our previous session, I went and listened to several episodes of the Wicked Wallflower podcast, so I know significantly more about each of you, and it was fun. It was
way too much now.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it manifests.
Define TMI. Really?
Oh, I didn't say TMI. I just said that I learned more. I didn't say it was too much.
But I'm going to make you rewind and tell us what you write again and not be allowed to talk down on yourself when you do it.
Wait, what did I say?
Use the word crap.
That's a catch-all. Okay, fine. I write dark and sentimental material and a high fantasy serial.
Which is very enjoyable to read, I think.
Thank you.
All right. So, here we go. I'm going to bring you all back when last we left our heroes or villains or,
messes. Disasters.
Yeah. Truly.
You had been placed in a haven that had been given to you. It is a multi-bedroom suite that you are sharing together. There is already chaos. You're working out your rooms. You've had a couple of hours, but it is still deep night. And not sure what all of you are up to. I'm not really sure I care either at this point, because you hear a sharp knock on the door of the suite itself, followed by just Ahndtaraai walking right back in again. Didn't realize that you were going to see her so soon. Ahndtaraai walks in, takes a look at, and waits for each of you to come out into the main room of the suite. So my question for each of you is, do you come out as soon as you realize that it's her?
Absolutely.
Yes, I do.
No.
I'm holding a cat.
I linger and I lurk. but I don't interact.
So your door to your bedroom is open.
Yes.
I come out and lean on the side of my door and say I knew you couldn't stay away.
I do come
I'm
out,
just
but do
happy
nothing.
to be here.
Just watch there.
Beelzebub.
Far from the action. Very far.
Okay.
Someone did
Alpina.
not consent to be filmed.
Of course. Oh my goodness, the kitty. So in any case, Apanya just gives a smile to each of you and then claps her hands. Your first assignments are a little bit earlier than expected, but better, I think, this way, is to follow my associate and do whatever is necessary. She steps back as another person enters the room, and before you can even get a chance to take in him coming in, she just says, "Good luck. Have something to eat on the way back if you get hurt." And then she just is gone out the doorway. And who is standing in the doorway instead is a large, fills the doorway black man. His skin is a deep umber, that gorgeous, gorgeous, rich color with yellow undertones. His hair is trimmed close to his scalp, and he's neatly trimmed all around with a very neatly trimmed goatee. He is a beautiful, beautiful man, and a vampire. You can absolutely tell. Dressed neatly in a charcoal turtleneck and dark black slacks. He could easily dress that up with a blazer and walk into any high society establishment, or he could just roll up his current sleeves and get into a brawl. He could go either way. And the thing about his striking in appearance is also that he's got an air about him, a presence. He's precision and an intensity and energy that you might associate with military, maybe?
Piper, are you a romance novelist? Because I'm feeling real horny for this character. Out of character note.
Well, let's just say I really, really love a lot of different kind of people. In any case, he looks at you all. You can call me Sarge. He goes, "Let's go. We got no time. No time. There's a potential confrontation on the subway platform a few levels down in this very building, and we need to prevent it if possible, or contain it if we have to."
Could we have more information while we're on the move?
You get it as we go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And he's just rushing you out, and you see that there are several other vampires in the hallway awaiting you. Some of these people, all of them are looking very discreetly dressed in suits or casual clothing, but all very purposeful. So
I follow, but I'm at the back of the group, just kind of watching to see what the other people do first.
okay, so you're headed to the elevators again.
Yep.
All of
I'm
you.
going, I have two of my cats on my heels, my most faithful thralls, Beelzebub and Buttercup.
Is he very tall?
He fills a doorway like a normal
I'm
standard
trying-
doorway. He is like,
I'm trying really hard to keep up with him, but my short legs are struggling. Like just try, trying to do the thing, but like it's not quite working out as smoothly as I would like.
okay.
I ran back into my bedroom. In my possessions was my prized set of throwing knives, so I have grabbed the throwing knives, I have tucked them into my boots, and I am following, keeping up, but not looking like I'm hurrying.
Really thought that there was going to be a whip added to the situation just now. Okay. Throwing knives.
Build up to it. Build up to
Throwing
it.
knives are so much more practical.
And the two of you competing for who's the last in line is a thing. All right, so you all get in the elevator. You go down several levels, and the elevator opens up, and what you come out into is an open public space. These are some of the cleanest subways you have ever encountered. They're well lit without being glaring or garishly lit. There's even, you think, a saltwater fish tank in the wall against the wall with the escalators that go up to the next level. Like seriously, these are.
Tibbie, keep your cats away from the fish.
It's terrible to
Cats,
tap
don't
on
fish.
the fish tanks. But we're going to say that out of character because...
Also, can I ask an out-of-character question? Is there anything we need to know about salt in this world and its effects on supernatural creatures?
As far as I'm concerned, it's not going to do more damage to your flesh than it would a human. Like, obviously, too much salt can actually harm humans just as much as anything else.
Just curious if it's like a, witchy, salty thing.
I mean, if a witch used it for something, that's different.
Oh, okay.
All right.
But for the most part, it's not going to... Somebody who doesn't know how to use salt and doesn't have any power behind it is not going to do damage to you. All right. Okay. So in any case, there is a fish tank even there. This is gorgeous, gorgeous subway space. It's not busy because it is the middle of the night. And Sarge stops in the, kind of in an alcove area as you're looking out on the scene of people just generally coming up and down, some of them waiting at the platform for the next train, et cetera, et cetera. And you go, see those? Those, they're human. They're all human. They work here. They live here. They play here. These are all probably mostly playing, but some of them are late night workers. See those over there? And you see two groups that he's kind of gesturing to. They look a little rougher around the edges. They don't look like your average salaryman. They do not look like your middle class worker. What they look like is a little rougher and readier. They've got torn up clothes that look purposefully torn up, like people are looking like tough guys or trying to be tough guys. And it's almost like a scene out of West Side Story. We got the Sharks and the Jets pacing off here, and all you need is a little bit of jazz and like the whistle, right?
Can't whistle, right?
You're getting the vibe. And he goes, and Sarge just sighs. He goes, we got a gang from the waterfront area challenging the local gang for right to pass through. We'd normally let it happen so long as it doesn't take long and doesn't disrupt too much. But those people, and he gestures towards the waterfront gang, which, I mean, take your pick. For the most part, they just look rougher than the group that is supposedly the local gang. There's a few people in there that are mixed in that are Second Inquisition recruiters. If they encounter a vampire and realize it, we need to erase them from existence. He looks at all of you. He goes, actually, I don't care if they find out or not. I don't care if they're erased from existence at all. What I do care about is that the rest of my teams will be herding vampire commuters onto the trains as they arrive, or off the trains and up out of the area as quickly as possible without making it obvious. They will be moving for subtlety. You all, and he looks all of you up and down, you all are what you are. You're new enough to maybe pass for human, especially in this lighting. So your job is to distract them. Distract the Second Inquisition recruiters, if you can, while we are making it happen and until we give you the signal for all clear. If you can't, and they make you, make them disappear.
How many of them are there?
There are 4 people walking around with clipboards, looking like, the usual, almost like the charity, like PETA workers on the street trying to get signatures and names and email addresses. And you got one guy who's kind of like hanging back, talking to the gang leader, who you don't really know what he is, but he's not wearing a clipboard. He doesn't look like a college student who decided to try to dress rough to hang out with the gangs for the night. Like, he's looking different. So you got 5 total. 4 regular.
Lean in closer to Sarge, and I'm like, are you sure that they're Inquisition? Like, do they know the vampires? Are they trying to recruit in your basement? Because that just seems like a bad idea.
Sarge is like, it is a bad idea. No, they don't know. We like to keep it that way.
Very ill-informed. Okay.
So there's 4 total of them.
There's 5 total.
5 total.
4 dudes with clipboards that are looking like college guys trying to pass for gang members.
And one
actually hanging back, talking to the gang member.
I would like to impulsively walk up to one of the people with clipboards and say, hi, are you here for animal rights activism? I'd love to hear more.
So Sarge and his teams around you have already started to spread out and disperse, leaving the rest of you just standing where you are. And
Did they notice us come in and like stand here and stare at them with these imposing figures?
no, there's enough people around, and she has to
Okay.
cross a decent amount of space to walk up to the nearest one. There's general like steady flow of people trickling, maybe to catch the last train home, or maybe trying to catch a train to go out for clubbing. It's not that late at the night. There's still going to be some places open in a regular city. So the guy looks at you and he's like, well, actually, no, it's not animal rights, but it is rights, and it is a really, really important cause.
Well, tell me more.
Well, you see, we're trying to defend our city, defend humanity. You may not realize it.
Against what?
Well, there are dangers out there, ma'am. I mean, you know, you really shouldn't allow your cats to come outside. I mean, their chances of getting injured increase exponentially if you let them outside. And are you here alone?
Oh
Are
no,
we
I'm
close
their
enough to
emotional
hear
support team.
this?
All
Are
of
we
you
close
are
enough to-
close enough to hear with your hearing.
And I want to keep my eyes on Sarge. What's he doing?
He and his teams have broken up into pairs or singles even, and are quietly just stepping up next to or stepping past certain people dotted throughout the crowd, and you notice that those people are are quietly weaving their way up and out of the area. And a train comes in, and you get a gush of people coming off the train, as well as some of those people that Sarge's team are going directly onto the train and heading off. But Sarge and his team doesn't. They just kind of like step onto the train, and you notice they kind of like change clothes as they step off the train, just a little bit, just so it's not so obvious that they're stepping on and off the train. But you notice that they are starting to take a few people and get them out of the area very subtly.
I have blended into the shadows while Tibbie is having this conversation, and I'm making my way around behind this group of people.
All right, so
Without
there's
being
not
noticed.
a lot of shadows, so I'm going to have you roll. So we're going to go with... What should we try to go with? This is new for me.
I know what I think.
All right, pitch to me what you think.
No, I guess stealth, and am I combining that and something?
Yes, you'll combine it with one of your attributes. So let's go with dexterity and stealth to make sure you don't trip over yourself.
And so, question: if you had 2 dots in one and 1 dot in the other, that would be 3 dice.
Correct.
And one of them needs to be a blood dice.
One of
right?
them needs to be a blood dice,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
the
actually,
number
question.
total is from the attribute plus the skill is
Okay.
the number total, and then one of them is going to be a blood dice. And I'm thinking because it's fairly bright, like it's fairly clearly lit, although not garishly lit, your level of difficulty, you need 3 successes.
What is a success?
Anything 6 and up.
Total?
Total.
No.
Oh no,
Oh,
not
yes.
total.
No,
Each
on
die.
each
Right.
dice.
On each die. Anything 6 and up is a success. So if a die roll is a 6, that's 1 success, and you're looking for 3 of your die being 6 or better.
Otherwise, Reaper's going to be like,
I have 3 successes.
Is any of them a 10?
No.
Okay. Is any of your dice at all a 1?
No.
Okay. Cool. So you succeed
Okay.
to go around and move into the position. You had a question, Katie.
Is our hunger the same as when we ended last session since it's the
Yes.
same night? Okay, cool. I want to go up to the very confused. Is it a guy that Tibbie's talking to?
It is a
I want to
guy.
go to the very confused. Like he's confused by the cats, and so I want to like walk up very just like, do you have a permit to be here? Like you're like solicitate. Like what are you doing?
As
Do
you
you- are you-
approach, you notice, because you're the type to notice, that he has managed to mangle a very expensive cashmere sweater to try to make it look gang-like.
Wow.
Sweetie, you are in over your head. What are you doing? It's past your curfew.
He legitimately like mangled a cashmere sweater, and his
It, like,
jeans are
hurts my
distressed, like store-bought distressed, that he just distressed more.
Do they have like the threading on the pockets?
Yes, to try to keep them together despite the distress. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think we've heard enough. I think you've wasted everyone's time enough tonight, don't you think?
And he's just like looking back at the person. He's like,
I'm like, is that your boss? Are you
ma'am?
are you getting paid for this?
We're dangerous
Like,
people here. I mean,
are
you sure you're supposed to be here? I mean, we're a gang.
Well, look,
He was
sweetie,
just
look
about
at
to
me
tell me
and
what's
look at
dangerous.
you. Like,
While this is happening, I tap on Santiago. I'm just like, hey, wait, how many of the guys still need to be distracted here?
So Tibbie and Evangeline have they have engaged one character and are definitely keeping him occupied and confused.
Okay.
Reaper
but like, is
has
it
gone
drawing in
around.
anybody else? Like, are
There's-
the others taking notice
There's
of
like
like the fact that we are?
three clipboards in one college
You have
kid, right?
attracted at least one of the other clipboard boys, who, by the way, actually has like actual dirt on his sweatshirt.
Okay, I turn to him and snap my fingers. I'm like, you come here. Are you in charge? Who's
No,
in charge of
ma'am.
this?
I mean,
so there is someone in
no.
charge.
Oh,
Excuse me.
excuse me.
Think before you speak, child. I'm like his age, I'm assuming. Like,
but he's just like, he's very much spluttering and confused, and he keeps looking back at the guy who's standing next to the gang. Our gang leader's right over there. You should not be messing with us all. No, he's waving a clipboard.
Tibbie, do you think that gang leaders talk like that and call the people in charge gang leaders? Like, does this sound at all legit to you? Do they
No,
carry
but also
clipboards?
like I'm just waiting to hear what the big threat is. Like he was telling me
Oh.
that humanity's in danger. Like I don't know. I just want to learn more. Can you tell
Can
me
we add
more?
another level to this chaos? I tap on Santiago. I'm like, hey, how good are you at pretending to be inebriated?
I mean, you're talking to a recovering alcoholic, so
That's exactly so. Not a whole lot of new ground is going to be tread here. Excellent.
yeah.
Pretend to stumble over with me. We're going to add to this a little
Okay.
bit. And then
How far are the gang
I like
leaders?
grab him by one of his elbows, like as a support to like crutch, so that we
I have a cane.
perfect.
So-
Okay. Then the other arm I grab and I
Okay.
walk. I'm like, okay, hey, sorry to bring this up. I don't know who. My friend here, me and him were kind of just out on the town recently. I don't know how we ended up in this area. It's unfamiliar to all of us. We were just looking for a place that he needs to crash. He just needs to lay down, get some sleep. What's the closest hotel, or we would settle for a hostel, or just anywhere that he can get off the streets and just like work through some of the drinks that he's had.
So, are you engaging the two that?
No,
These two
whoever
are-
has not been engaged with yet. We're approaching from the side.
How far
or
are the
wherever.
gang leaders from us?
Yeah.
So the gang leaders are a few yards away. They can hear you.
Okay.
As humans, they could hear you with raised voices, but they can't hear you
Okay.
if you're in direct conversation.
So
Now, note, the
Can we
actual
see-
gang people are around you, like kind of posturing and staring at each other and getting up into each other's faces. And they are, a couple of them have thrown some dirty side eye at clipboard boys, right? Like, why do we
Okay,
even
so-
have to? And they look and they take a look. One of them stops and looks at Santiago and his cane for a second and goes, "Kid can fend for himself," right? and just so the gang situation is still evolving, and you'll notice that gives almost all of the normal passerbys reason to be away from the area and step around the area.
Okay.
But
So
there is starting to become some shoving that's going on, like chest
Great.
thumping and
Awesome.
getting
That's
up
why
in each other's
I
faces.
stumble. I buy Marche's ploy, and I stumble my way drunkenly near to one of the gang leaders, and I use my ability Sense the Beast, which allows me to detect how aggressive or wait up, getting a sense of the nature, hunger, and hostility
All right,
Of,
hang on.
of who?
of the gang leaders, and I mean the gangs in general, like to see how prone to
Sense the
violence they are.
beast. Is that a
Sense the
discipline?
beast. Yes.
Eyes of the beast. Yeah. Okay.
No, Sense the Beast.
Sense the
That's
beast.
another one. Sense the Beast.
Give me a second.
Would I be able to see Reaper right now?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Can we see Reaper?
Yeah, so I have like made my way to the other side of them. Everybody is so distracted by what's going on that I'm like lurking in the back with the intention of taking out the threat if you guys can't handle it. Like, in my eyes, you guys are babies. You can do this distracting shenanigans, but if shit goes down and we've been instructed to take them out, I feel like I'm the only one capable of actually taking somebody out.
All right,
I
so
am
I'm
not-
gonna hold you there. Hold. Santiago, you need to roll for me your resolve plus animalism.
Yep. Oh,
And you're doing this versus the potential leader,
With one hunger die.
imposer, and subterfuge. Hang in there for just a sec.
Whatever your hunger was last time.
Yeah, whatever your hunger was last time. All right. Let me know how many successes you have.
how many dice should I throw? It's three?
It is your resolve plus
animalism?
your animalism.
Okay.
So your resolve is up under mental, under attributes.
Yeah, resolve. I have 3.
Uh-huh.
3 in
Plus
resolve.
animalism.
Animalism. I have. Hold up a minute. I have 1.
Okay, so you're gonna go 3 plus 1 is 4.
Mhm.
Right, and roll those and tell me how many successes you have,
That's
and
right,
also let
hold
me know if you have a critical success or a critical fail.
Yep.
And the hunger die too. Or wait.
Yeah, the hunger die should be in there as one of the
Yeah.
4.
I
Yeah,
have three
cool.
3 successes and 1 critical. No, it's not critical. Just 9.
So your hunger die did not fail, right?
No, that's an 8.
Okay. So and 3 of your successes. All right. So you succeed in sensing the beast, which allows you getting an idea for the nature. This person is a threat to you. He knows more than the bumbling guys around you that are being drawn in to the distractions, the challenge. This person is intelligent. This person also is confident in their physicality. And they are definitely someone who has a thirst, a hunger, almost a hunting sense for knowledge and what he's looking for. He's searching for something, and you can tell in the same way that hunters can recognize each other. He is searching for something, and considering the fact that he's mortal and you've been told that he's Second Inquisition, this guy is not a recruiter. This guy is much more likely to be someone who is out there looking for vampires quite actively, as opposed to trying to bring people over to their cause.
Question.
So he's using them as bait.
Is he separate from the 2 gangs, or is he a gang leader of one of the gangs?
He is talking to the gang leader of one of the gangs.
Okay.
So he's standing there.
And someone
talking
introduced
to
him as their gang leader, so he's probably...
Right.
Well, we know that the guy kind of waved in that direction. Or gang
Okay.
leader. All right,
want-
Cooper, please continue with what you were telling.
Yeah, I'm going to add just a minor character wrinkle that might amount to nothing, but it just feels appropriate. While me and Santiago are trying to talk to this guy and just bumble our way through this conversation, I do cast glances in Reaper's direction just a couple of times, just seeing that he's still there.
All right.
I'm trying to be discreet about it, but you know.
You're failing. It's okay. It's not okay.
Let's see. Hold on.
It just seems appropriate.
You're-
Oh goodness. 1, 2.
But seriously, this is an old man. He's been drinking probably way past his limit. Hit his prime 50 years ago. I don't even know how old he is. We've only known each other for a couple of days now, but he seems like a pretty cool guy, and I don't want him to have to suffer for some bad decisions.
So the investigator turns around with a sweeping glance. Reaper, you get the sense that he caught eye on you, even though his glance did not stop on you. But he definitely looked around, and he definitely turned back to the gang leader and muttered something. And and he's also looking at Cooper closely. Luckily for you all, Cooper's the newest of you, and he's been listening to Cooper continue his discussion, which has definitely engaged the other two clipboard boys, who are kind of, you noticing these guys are sticking together in pairs. They're not super independent. So you have the two with Tibbie and Evangeline, and then you have the two that are now engaged by Marche and Santiago. And so the guys are just like, well, and they're like not super familiar with the area, but they're like, hawker districts always have a level that's a hotel. You just have to go to the elevator, and they're trying to like tell you how to look for the levels, or, you know, find various hotels, and they also can recommend to you which hawker centers have the best food courts. So they've obviously been here to eat plenty of times, or have been here for parties. And so they're telling you which places they've been to for like conference parties, where they stayed in the hotel afterward. So they're trying to give you recommendations based on that. Back to our cashmere ripped boy. He's like, he starts to show Tibbie the clipboard again to try to continue to explain.
I wanted to grab it out of his hands, the clipboard.
He's like,
yeah, I want to read it. Like, what? I'm like, what is this? What?
Oh,
you're too slow. You suck at this. What is this?
Well, all right. And he grabs the clipboard from his friend to give to Tibbie so that she's not left out.
Perfect. I was gonna turn to her, but this is better. You know what? You are doing a good job, sweetie. Good job. Here, Tibbie, what to say?
Okay, so what we want you to understand is, and he just keeps.
How many signatures are there? Is it like signatures on this page? Like,
no, these are smart tablets. Like.
Oh, okay.
Like, wait.
Is it like material? Like they're trying.
No. These are actually like written. These are actually written sheets with signatures and email addresses on them. And he like tries to hand you a pen.
Oh no! I'm like, there aren't very many signatures. You're not very good at your job.
Well, we're just trying to get contact information for you. So the threat, like, people don't realize you're not supposed to say it real loud because you never know. They could be any one of us. I mean,
if they were one of us, could it be anybody on this list? Like, well, what if you're getting the signatures of the people you're trying to avoid? That doesn't make sense. You're not... Honey, who put you up to this?
Well, we were told we would know. I mean, they're ugly. They're terrible. They're cold.
Okay.
Do we know how long this
They can't have sex.
Honey.
Well, they'll die out eventually then, right?
Right. I don't see why.
No, they eat. It's people. They eat people.
In like a sexy way.
Like, I want to turn to Tibbie and talk in like a stage whisper, like I'm out, like trying to pitch my voice so they can hear me, but like not. Tibbie, if they're out here looking for something, honey, they're bait.
And his friend, by the way, is just laughing at him at this point. Like, laughing at him. And he's looking at you, too. And he's like, I mean, you'll get better info from the emails once you give us your email. We'll give you all the reading material you need, everything you need to know to survive, to be able to watch out and be aware of danger.
Is this a multi-level marketing scheme?
It's gotta be.
Like, look at you. Like, look at the setup.
No.
Like, did you sign up? Did you sign up and somebody promised you to get rich, sweetie? Like,
no.
Home.
No, I don't need to get rich.
Oh, I can tell that cashmere sweater is mangled.
Is there a set length of time we have to keep them distracted?
Yeah.
Or
You're waiting for the signal from Sarge.
Okay.
And you notice that another train has come in, so a fresh influx. Right? Like, so trains are coming in every couple of minutes, like your general subway. And so as these conversations go on, you're noticing that between the first train and the latest train, it's been about 10 minutes. So you're figuring 10 minutes. there could be more flow of people.
Is there like a tunnel coming? Like, if we're underground, is it like a tunnel in
There
and
is
out?
a tunnel up and down that the trains are coming back and forth on, and there are more than one platform, right?
Okay,
you
so
have
when I
the
say
platform
bait,
you're on, and then there's also a platform on the other side of the tracks with another set of trains that are coming and going, and some of Sarge's people are over there too. But all of our boys are right here on this main track that goes up from where you came out from. And you're noticing that some of Sarge's people do leave, and others seem to be kind of doing that same motion where they're kind of walking near or walking up to certain people and just kind of accompanying them either onto trains or out. It's very organized, actually. Like,
Can I do premonition?
yes.
Is that allowed?
I mean, what do you want to premonition? Like, what do you want to try to trigger with your premonition?
Find out what's going to happen and what's dangerous.
What's dangerous?
Yeah.
All right, let me see. I got to figure out how your premonition works. So that's a discipline.
Yes.
All right, let me look it up real quick.
It's under Auspex.
Yeah, so that's a level 2. You need to roll Resolve plus Auspex. And to sense what danger is coming, I'm going to give you... pulling this out of nowhere.
Nowhere.
I think... Let's see how many successes you get, and that'll tell me how much you figure out.
What if I did a real bad job?
Oh no!
So that's an excellent question. All right, first of all, did you have any critical fails? And did you remember to put a blood die in there?
Ooh,
Yes.
Okay, was the blood die the critical fail?
It was one of them.
How many critical fails did you have? You had ones? You had 2 ones.
Yes, out of 4.
Fantastic.
Any successes at all?
No.
Okay, so we're going to say is that your premonition, let me just read up on this for just a sec. Flashes of insight. Oh, yes.
Oh no, is she gonna have an episode?
She is. She's going to do a straight up Professor Trelawney. All right, so our girl, every muscle in her body goes taut. And she does a gasp straight up. Her eyes open super wide like she's having an issue. Okay. And the thing is, she's whispering something, but not even the vampires can hear it. It's completely useless.
That's hilarious.
And now at this
how
point,
do our
everybody's
boys
looking.
I was gonna say, is everyone? You're doing a great job, sweetie.
She is gonna topple over. So
We
your premonition is
figure
whether
out
you
what's
catch her.
happening over there. We aren't even paying attention to the guy in front of us anymore.
Yeah, I catch her
right.
before she falls.
I need you to roll strength.
Okay.
And hold on, let me see if I can
Idiot.
get you.
And she
Or,
flops
like,
straight down
Maybe
onto the
rapid
sidewalk.
reflexes.
No.
No.
Oh, actually, rapid reflexes. All right, I'll give that to you. I'll give that to you. Strength and rapid
Okay.
reflexes.
Wait, where's rapid reflexes? Oh,
Is it one of her
It's-
disciplines?
I have celerity. Oh,
I do have
no.
cat's grace.
No.
How'd that go for you?
So I have 2 hunger dice from last time. That's my thing. I got a 6. I got 1 success, and my hunger die were both failures, and one's a critical fail.
All right. So she got a critical fail on a blood die. You got a critical fail.
Well, I got 2 blood dice
2
fails and 1
fails.
critical fail of the 2.
So what's going to happen here is not only do you not catch her, she falls forward on Cashmere Boy, trying to grapple with him. She's going for him at this point. She's going for him. She's not necessarily exactly trying to feed just yet, but she is definitely like grappling with him, which could be bad news in your case though, my darling, because you tried to catch her. You grabbed them both. You grabbed them both way too fast. that's inhuman fast. You have definitely given yourself away.
It's
So, but because I failed hunger, doesn't something? Do I like
So the
beast
thing is,
mode or something?
the idea behind it is that your beast takes over and does a thing for you that you
got it,
wouldn't
okay.
necessarily have done as a human. So you tried to catch her, but now your beast has taken over, and not only have you caught her, but you've caught the very tasty morsel that she's falling on top of anyway. So now you both have Cashmere Boy between you.
Can I just pick them up and run? like
That's a good
like for
question.
the tunnel, for the subway tunnel? Or at least, yeah.
So you want to
Or at
try to
least
tackle them over, like, are we talking about running, or are you talking about toppling over into the tracks, like just chaos?
I
You
want
have
to
plans
topple
for
him
those
and
tracks,
take
you
her
fox.
and run.
It's plans. You gonna say that out loud? Because that would be delightful.
Just disembodied voice.
Well, I don't know. Has she done it yet?
Wait, sorry, what did you say?
I'm just gonna decide that
I
since
was
you want to
panicking.
run, I'm not even gonna let you roll for this. You're just gonna tumble over into the tracks. Like, you may keep moving down there. I'm gonna give it to you that Cashmere Boy doesn't touch the tracks. Okay.
I don't care if
We-
he does.
I
I
shove
him as a
immediately
kid to
abandoned
keep us
Santiago
off the
to go make
track.
sure she's okay.
Now, obviously, both gangs are trying to decide if this is a problem or if this is. So they're
Okay.
like.
So right at that moment that I see that
Distraction.
they're falling over, I fake, like, I slip over. I slip like a drunk person.
Now you
and
hear
start to-
someone somewhere go, "Ah! People fell off the tracks! There's a gang fight, and they're falling." And now the gang members are like, "We didn't do anything." Like, so there's a whole lot of gang, like, so the gangs are actually thinking about leaving because obviously law enforcement is going to be showing up soon. You see, Marche, you see Sarge over on the other platform look at you all, and he just has this look on his face that's like incredulous.
You
I
asked
goes
for
away to the behind the
distraction.
scenes. It's okay.
Very distracting.
And for the most part, like, so there are 3 of you now down off the tracks. There are still 3 recruiters
Into me.
between Marche and Reaper to be dealing with. Now,
Are they not even remotely reacting to the fact that one of their fellows is down with
they
it?
are. The
Okay.
guy that was with Cashmere Boy laughing at him has run over to the side, and he's looking down at you right now. And the other 2 disengage from Marche and Santiago and come running.
Santiago's on the tracks, isn't he?
No, he just
No,
fell.
he just fell.
He,
Yeah,
Oh.
he just
Lord,
went
yeah.
I'm
splat.
in the tracks because I went after Tibbie and Evangeline.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So
Do we still have hold of the clipboards?
you have splintered the clipboards
Perfect.
as you
All
were
according to
grabbing
plan, it's
both
fine.
Tibbie and Cashmere Boy. You have to deal with. I actually need to figure out how you have to deal with this whole hunger thing because, I mean, you failed hard.
I failed really hard.
I'm
You're
pretty
just
sure.
like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, this isn't going well.
No. I have a feeling that you're like in the midst of about to feed. I'm just not sure if I
Like,
need
did
to
if
make you
he
roll for
did
it
he
or if you are
bloody
gonna-
himself? Like, can you roll to see if he like bloodied himself at all when he fell? Because
he
I
did
feel
not
like that
bloody
might...
himself.
Okay.
He did not bloody himself on the way down, but he is definitely hurt, and he kind of like
Smells good.
like he definitely hurt himself, and he's like he definitely gave a couple of noises of like baby boy ow what. So the question here is, what do you do next? Because you know you left 3 up there. They're all looking over the edge at this point.
So I'm panicking at this point because I do not do well under like this amount of like fuck ups. Like I don't fuck up, and I just did. I literally want to take him and start running down the tracks into the darkness. Like that is my instinct. Is like take the.
All right,
like,
so Tibbie,
Yes.
I'm like, she'll be
as
fine.
you feel Evangeline pulling, because remember, you're stuck in her arms too, right? Like, this is the chaos factor. She grabbed both of you and smushed you together. You are definitely smushed up against this guy. Your cats have followed. All right, I'm gonna give you your cats. Your cats
They're
have
fine.
followed, but like you are still thrashing and you're starting to come out of your premonition. So you know and you can smell and you're aware of the fact that this human is right under your nose. And also, you've got Evangeline in very close contact and you know that you're all tied up. So my question for you is, if you start to feel yourself being pulled in a way, are you going to try to get your feet under you and go with, or are you going to try to struggle against?
I'm going to try and struggle against. I'm real freaked out. My
Can I-
thing freaked out.
So
Even
now
me,
we have
I
a-
just want to get off the tracks.
Can I release her and just take him and like?
I'm making you two roll against each other for a second, though. I don't
I'm
think you have the
just-
time to figure this out. So I want you
I'm not
to
even doing
roll...
anything. I'm just watching like.
I want you to roll strength and... Oh gosh, strength and athletics, please. Both of you roll.
Oh, okay.
And one has to be hunger dice.
And one of them
Yeah.
has to be, like, at least
I'm-
however many hunger dice you have is what has to be in there. So,
So I only roll hunger dice then, because I only have 2.
yeah.
This is about to
Don't
go
fail
rude.
again.
I have 1 success and 1 failure. It's not a crit failure.
All
I
right.
have
My
two
success is a
successes.
9.
You have two
I have 2 successes and a critical success.
All right. So Tibbie rips out of your arms, Evangeline, but you still have Cashmere Boy.
I want to run into the subway with him, like, probably like over the shoulder. I probably like do a sweep.
And honestly, Tibbie's success has her leaping back up onto the platform
Perfect.
safety.
That's perfect.
to
That's
perceive
great. That's-
safety. So she smacks into Marche, who's leaning over like, the hell?
Hey, March.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking on us.
What's happening?
I don't know.
Reaper's probably watching from the shadows, just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Reaper, you might be the only person watching the investigator. The investigator's a little too intelligent for your like, and what you see is that the investigator is definitely moving to a place where he doesn't have you at his back anymore. And you can see him starting to reach into his blazer.
He's not even remotely worried that I'm about to abscond with one of his people.
Oh no, he's
No, they're bait.
focused.
So,
He's focused
2
on
quick questions.
the group. Like, so especially Tibbie. He is currently right now very focused on Tibbie because she stands out. She just jumped onto the platform. Up, out of
2
the
questions
tracks.
out of character. We were given permission to disappear them. And was it clear that we had to disappear all of them or just the leader dude?
It was not clear.
Okay.
So it's up to your interpretation. But Sarge did say that he didn't care if they do disappear.
Okay,
You
so
might much
I have
rather
had
they go.
enough of this. This is going to hell in a handbasket. I'm done. So I want to use Blink. It's my level 3 celerity power to take the humans that are on the platform that we need to get rid of into the tunnel and grab Evangeline and pull her out as the train comes so they get run over.
Dang,
Love
that
it. I love everything that just happened.
I
You know
am
what, I
not sure if the
appreciate-
train timing is going to work. But roll dexterity plus athletics.
I
me?
appreciate you not leaving me to die.
Does my celerity come into play somehow?
It's
Oh,
3.
crap. Dexterity plus athletics. I will also technically no, because it's dexterity plus athletics, but I will give you, because I like the idea, I will give you the celerity points as well for blank. So yeah, go dexterity plus athletics plus celerity for this one.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you how many
So-
successes you need. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
want to know if you critically
So
fail.
wait, celerity plus 3.
And remember how hungry you are, so that you have that many dice in there.
Oh, wait, question out of game. If we roll a critical fail on a hunger dice, does it add a hunger pip or no?
No, not to my
Alright,
knowledge.
my hunger
not
dice
this time.
was
If I'm wrong, we'll fix it in a future game.
Okay, wait. 1, 2. Fuck, I'm dropping dice.
This is why I have a dice tray.
I have one. I just dropped it outside of it.
This is why I have a dice tower. See, look, dice tower.
Nice.
3. Where did no. Strength is the other one I'm doing?
Strength.
Dexterity. I thought it was dexterity,
Oh.
athletics, and celerity.
Dexterity. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Dexterity,
Listen.
athletics. So like just
So I need
just
8
pull all
total.
of the
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
the roll of dice. Too bad
March,
they're
did
not
you
metal.
just leave? Did you just leave Santiago on the ground and walk over to stare down the
Yeah,
track?
did.
I stood up.
Really?
I stood up
Okay.
to
Okay,
try to walk
the-
over to see what was happening.
People on the tracks seems like a more pressing issue.
Oh,
yes,
shit.
I did.
I killed it.
Except,
I have
I think, if I'm understanding the correct.
Wait. I need to
Hold
hear
on.
Jenny. She killed it. Killed something.
I mean, okay, I have 5 successes, and my blood one is a success. None of them are 10s, though.
All right, so you have 5 successes out of how many? I mean, 5 successes is pretty nice.
Wait,
I like that.
so I notice what Reaper is trying to do,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to move in the way of the people to not let them be hurt.
What?
Sorry.
Pussy ass bitch.
All right, so I'm gonna need a dexterity plus athletics from you, Santiago.
I have 4 in
All
athletics.
right, Jenny, Reaper, repeat to me exactly what you're trying to do.
So I'm assuming they're all close together, close to the track, and that it's not a long distance.
The
so-
investigator is not. The two
But the investigator is close to me, right?
closer to you, talking to the gang leader, and then you have 3 guys, clipboard boys, who were well, I'll make one of them a girl. So 2 clipboard boys and a girl who were kind of standing. They've all kind of started to go towards the tracks because one of their own has fallen over. You know, and there's a couple of gang people in the way too. Like 1 or 2 concerned gang people who are actually like, what the hell just happened? And are looking over. But most of them are still involved in the brawl, but all of them have stopped fighting each other and are now looking around for law enforcement and security. Like all of them, whenever there's a scream and somebody's gone on the tracks, they know that law enforcement is coming. So the gang distraction is not as much of a distraction anymore. So you have that situation going on. And how many of them exactly are you trying to take over into the tracks?
I was trying to take all of them, but it sounds like you're, because I'm fucking fast. Like, celerity is where, yeah. Like, it says I'm so fast, like, you can't, nobody even sees it.
So theoretically, you would have to grab the gang leader with your shady investigator guy, and you could probably sweep them over and into the 3, but you're going to also have to grab for that. Now, Santiago,
Motherfucker.
when you rolled your dexterity and your athletics, how'd that go?
Hold up. Let me roll. Fuck. I have 1 success and 1 critical failure.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that doesn't work.
Suck
Damn
it.
All right. So what's going to happen is you manage to grab one of the clipboard people and turn and toss them out of path, but then Reaper takes you over the edge into the tracks. So, but one of the things that I am going to give you is that a train is coming. It's not here yet. But a train is imminently coming. You're that fast. You grabbed Evangeline and you are clear of the tracks. So is Tibbie Marche. But you took Santiago down there. Your decision now. What do you do? All of you.
So Santiago and Reaper are currently on the tracks.
Oh no,
No,
I'm
Reaper
off
got
the
back
tracks.
Yeah.
with Evangeline.
So I fell with
Okay.
all the people. With all the.
Yeah,
Sorry,
but Santiago managed to save one clipboard person who is still on the platform and has fallen in himself
And
I am so flustered
without
by
his
Reaper that-
cane.
Oh no.
what's the investigator doing?
He's down on the track. That's a good question, Reaper. I mean, you took him down there, and
I think I
say,
took them down hard enough that, like, my intention was to, like, knock them out. Like, they're not getting back up.
Some
like,
internal bleeding and stuff.
Okay, so give me a sec.
I was
You
not
got it.
gentle.
You got 5 successes.
5.
I think so, yeah. Yeah. Out of 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8. 8 It's 6 and up is a success, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marge's head is just like snapping back and forth, like looking at where Reaper is, and like, wait,
Okay.
what?
So you took down our clipboard boys, but the investigator is not out. He's rolling over on his back, and he is brandishing a weapon.
All right, can
It's
I
not
just
clear
like
who he's-
immediately chuck a knife at him?
The train is
Can I pull
coming. I'm gonna make you choose between dealing with the train and Santiago down there, or chucking a knife at him.
Also, I've got a gun in my pocket.
I'm
Of my-
March. March.
I don't-
Do
What?
something.
Yes, what?
You're
What?
right
I'm sorry,
there.
yeah?
Do it.
Do what? Do what?
Santiago, get the old man.
All right, Jenny, I want you to roll.
But Reaper's got him.
I'm gonna go
Can I-
dexterity and
Oh no,
firearms.
because Reaper has you. Okay, fine, yeah, I do go after Santiago. Just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't suffer.
right,
I mean, I
Marche.
suppose I don't suffer any injuries or something because I have resilience.
True.
So
Starting fire.
only
I
human.
am gonna
Or should I roll?
give you a little bit of damage, but more. My question is, Cooper, Marche, you're calling to Santiago. So are you reaching for his hand, or are you just gonna go down there, grab him, and come
How
back
far?
up?
What's the distance between us right now?
I mean, you're at the edge of the platform because you were trying to like look anyway, so you
Yeah.
could potentially jump down and jump back out, or
Yes.
you could lay flat on the platform and reach an arm out and yoink him.
No, because I was going to go down and help them previously anyway, so I'll just do the same thing. I'm just like,
All right, I want
just
you to
like
roll.
garbled
Marche?
madness. Yes.
All right, Rush rolls dexterity plus athletics. Jenny, did I tell you what to roll yet? Dexterity plus.
Yeah, you
firearms?
did. So I had 3 successes and 1 failure. It's not a critical. It's very close, but it's not. It's only a
Okay.
critical if it's a 1, right?
All right, so you do manage
Yeah.
to bury a throwing knife in his shoulder in such a way that he does have to drop the gun because he's clutching at his shoulder, being human. So you've got the extra second. Cooper, what was your roll?
It was dexterity and athletics. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Success.
I shout to Marsh. I just shout cane, like trying to get him to find my cane and get him to so that I can reach it.
No, I'm throwing
Oh.
you, bro. Or at least I would if I didn't have a critical failure mixed in here.
Oh no.
I need this.
Oh shit!
How close is Tibbie to the last clipboard guy?
I'm not worried about the clipboard guys. I'm worried about gang leader on the
listen.
tracks there, and I would really
Listen.
like to pull my gun out of my pocket.
But I'm like, wrap up the loose ends. Get that guy.
No, I'm just like helping. Help.
No, you help her shove.
Oh,
Did
push
you
him
have
into
any
the track?
successes?
Um,
Marsh?
Wait, what's success?
Anything over
6 and up.
6? 6 and up.
One
One
thing over.
success and 1 critical fail.
Yeah, and everything else is in the middle there. Yeah. Mhm.
All right, so I'm gonna give you that you went down, grabbed Santiago, and the two of you are pulled clear of the tracks, but you're still down there. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Tibbie and Evangeline, what are you two doing? You're up on the
Why did
platform
you
now.
have to be old?
How
I-
close?
Want to shoot that man?
And
Okay.
I want to shove the other clipboard guy down there. Like,
All
wrap
right.
up the
Close to
loose
the
ends.
train.
So
Well,
I'm trying to
like-
help Santiago up. Out.
I don't want
do-
Tibbie to use the gun because I'm trying not to draw attention to us. Like,
We're
trying to disappear some people.
I feel like we might have, that ship might have sailed.
trying to disappear some people. I'm gonna
Wait,
say
he was
clipboard.
trying to shoot our friends.
You would?
He tried to
Tibbie.
shoot the people. He had a gun on us. Like, I am not gonna let him get away with that.
Yeah.
You're my people now.
Roll dexterity and firearms, please. Dexterity plus firearms.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she's gonna shoot me in the shoulder or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
no.
By
Oh.
accident.
But I'm
It's like
Don't
he
forget
lift-
to
I'm trying
include your
lift
hunger
up
die in there.
Santiago so he gets out of the
Oh, bitch. I had 6 and up is a success.
Yes.
I had 3 successes and 1 critical success
And who are you aiming at?
out of 4. I'm aiming at the ringleader that tried to pull a gun on my new friends.
Our investigator. Okay, who is knife
Yeah.
in his shoulder? Already, so it's not like he's gonna be great at the dodging. All right. Let's see what we got here. So you.
But how good is Tibbie's aim?
I mean, that many
With a
successes.
critical success.
Yeah. I think.
Does Tibbie have a background with guns? Like, where did the gun come from?
We
I
don't
don't know
need
what you're
Oakley.
talking about.
Because Reaper is like, what the fuck? Where did the gun come from? Like, did not see that
I don't know what
coming.
you're talking about.
Had completely underestimated you.
All right. Well, let's see what happens here. If there's any kind of save.
But also, I'm now
I
like,
like a little
what the
cat
fuck? She has a
sticker on
gun.
the barrel.
All right.
Yes.
Second Inquisition investigator is dead. You have
Do my kids have
several
time to eat
incapacitated.
this corpse?
Train is here. It is. It is.
Oh, okay.
You're near the other one too. I'm just gonna point that out. So that the last one is started to run. They have taken off, and they're running towards the escalator.
Trying to be
so
like
it's the fastest way
Beelzebub.
out. But there is a
Get
train
him!
coming at the same time, and we have an issue because Marche and Santiago are still down there, even
Do we
if they're
fit
not
between
on
the
tracks.
wall and the train?
Yeah.
Like, the train's coming, and we're next to the wall down there. Do we fit between the train and the wall? Like,
Jumping up and out would
No,
be a
not-
problem because there's a lip. However, if the two of you were lying absolutely flat, and you're lucky if nothing goes flying, because here's the problem with the train. As the train's going, you don't have time to get out. I'm just going to say that's the way it
Okay.
goes. You don't have time to get out. If you could press yourselves against the wall, go for that. But I also want both of you to roll.
Sure.
I'm going to give you... Uh,
I don't want to be
This is-
responsible for this kid's
This
death.
is going to have to be a dexterity versus dexterity plus athletics again to try to press yourselves against the wall.
It's too early to kill us.
So is the platform clear then? Like, did the people get run over?
Except
and, like,
that you're
there's nobody
losing
else?
one clipboard person.
Yeah,
Listen,
but
I
I'm
have
sending
a
my cats
solution
to take
this.
them down.
Give me 1 second. I'm waiting for this to resolve, and then I have a solution to this.
So the gang members are all clearing out. There's a whole bunch of panicking humans who are freaking out about the chaos, and several people screaming. Somebody saying, "Where's my therapist?" Definitely, and definitely, you can hear other people like screaming to call 911. Other people screaming to call the police. Where are the police? A lot of that is going on. It's sheer cacophony right now. And gang members are getting out. They're getting out. So
Okay.
you're going up the
I
escalators.
grab Evangeline and like bark at her, get the
Nice.
other one, and
I'm
just like
working on
shove
it.
her the direction of
Okay.
the loose end.
So I want to start running for him, but I want to cast Arms of Ahriman, which
Hold.
is
I'm going to hold you right there. Stop. And Marche, Santiago, what was the
Oh,
result
sorry,
of
yes.
your rolls?
So I have 3 successes, no critical failures.
Excellent. Cooper.
I
Marche.
have 5 successes, no critical failures.
Oh,
Lucky.
nice.
So, both of you
So
get
young.
front row seats
Mhm.
of the train crushing the bodies over the tracks.
Oh,
Let you
fuck.
see several different bones and belt buckles and things like that go flying into the walls all around you, but miraculously do not hit you. And all you can do, luckily you don't have to hold your breath because neither of you are breathing. Stay back as far as you can, and you just
Mhm.
see like stuff flying out of the way of this crushed carnage in
Super
front of you.
loud, I imagine.
And
yeah.
it's super loud for both of you, and you're also hearing the screams from above. It's not a pleasant experience for either of you. Definitely something you're never going to forget. All right,
Yep.
so Evangeline, getting back to you, you want to cast what the what?
Arms of Ahriman. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. It says the vampire summons a 2-dimensional shadow tendrils which glide along the surface, and victims alternatively engaging in mystical grapples with the victim's shadow. So
Okay,
basically,
Vex.
it's wits in oblivion,
right.
benefiting from their potence. So I don't want to damage him. I want to trip him so that I can scoop him up and snap his neck.
Okay, so I
Do we
need
wanna
a series
question
of
him or
rolls for you.
something?
What?
Do we want
That
to
was
question
not
him?
your instructions. All right.
No.
Now note, you do still have witnesses because you're out in the open.
Right, but that's
I
why I
need a
just want to
series of
trip
rolls.
him with his shadow so that it doesn't. I don't want it to like full on grapple him. I just want it to like do and like trip him so he falls, and then I'll scoop him up and ideally like duck into something and Like, I don't want to murder him in front of everybody, but I do want to trip him so I can acquire him.
Roll.
And then appear to help him up. And
Yeah.
Roll first for the Arms of Ahndtaraai to see if you're successful.
Okay. So wits plus oblivion. Boop, boop, boop. That's 3, and oblivion's 2. Okay. Ah, shit. Okay, let's see. I have 2 crit successes, 1 blood dice, 1 normal dice, and then 3 failures.
All right.
Right,
And
yeah.
none of them are crit failures. All right. So
No.
cool. 2 critical successes. Jeez. All right. So your tendrils shoot out and manage to trip him up in the most, like, literally the most subtle way possible. Literally all it does is stick his big toe, like, to the ground.
Like,
and he
I don't
just
want anybody else to
topples
notice. Like,
over.
not even my people to notice that that's what happened. Like I just want it to look like he tripped.
Okay, so he did trip. He falls. His forward momentum takes him and rolls him. So he is confused. He is splat out, confused, disabled. I'm not even going to make you roll for the fact that you're going to grab him. Now tell me where you're going to take him.
So what direction was he running in? Like, what are my
He was
options?
running towards the escalators. The elevator is there, but it is not open. And the train has just arrived.
With people.
And it, like, slammed into those bodies, splattered,
So
and stopped.
is anyone actually looking at me, or all the people looking at the carnage under the train?
There's a lot of people looking at the carnage under the train. There's a lot of gang members who are scattering. And
Okay,
Sarge is looking at you.
Can I, instead of picking him up, can I sort of like fake fall on him and like land on his neck so it looks like an accident and he's snapping his neck? What?
Nothing, keep going.
Oh, this is cool. I like this one.
Because like I like figure snap decision, like I can't get him anywhere that's not gonna look like I'm kidnapping this person. So rather make it like an accident. I'm just an innocent lady. I don't know what happened. I just. Oh.
All right, I'm gonna ask you for a roll of manipulation.
Okay.
And brawl.
I have no brawl.
Just because you're engaging in like grappling.
Oops. Oh no.
Whee!
The table. It's
Duke,
broken.
Duchess,
Okay.
don't eat that.
Oh, there. 2 successes, not a crit success. No crit failures.
All right,
So
you do
2 out of
manage
3.
to make it look really likely that you fell on him. Oops.
And then I scream like.
But what exactly do you do when you
Oh,
fall on him?
okay. So like as he trips, like I figure I'm pretty close behind him because I'm quick as shit, sort of. And I just like he goes down, and I just want to like trip right after him and just land right on his like the side of his throat.
You want
and
to break
just-
his neck, or do you want to break
Yeah.
his esophagus? It's really hard from this side. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, so esophagus. Whatever is the easiest to break. I am not a doctor. I am just trying to do some murder.
Oh, my dear academic. You do have a 2 in medicine, so that gives
Okay.
you approximately average person's medical knowledge, so you know that you're trying to break his neck. So I'll give you a little twist in there, and that does
Cool.
the job.
Yeah, as I'm falling, I just do a little wrist,
Just a little bit more of a, like, just help that up a little bit.
Yeah.
As you fall on him, and then you're screaming. Okay.
Or just like, oh no.
Oh, this poor man.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's super convincing, but it's just definitely like there's some shock of like, is anyone looking at me? Like, definitely an accident.
Well, and I've
Okay.
watched her just long enough to recognize she's handled it. I'm impressed. And I turn back, and I'm assuming Marche and Santiago are in
They're
shock.
down there,
They're...
and the train has stopped. We have passengers coming on and off in the cacophony. So anybody who's getting off the train is turning and looking down into the tracks at trying to see as other people are trying to get on the train. And what you know is that Sarge's people have all either gotten on the train or gone up the escalators. The train moves on. There's a mess down there.
I'm just pressed against the wall, just
A tasty, tasty
I
mess.
would like my cats
This is all we
to
see.
feed a little bit. They're hungry.
Let me think about this. Like, how do I even...
Just some little nibbles.
Okay, so 2 cats go down there to start eating. Meanwhile, somebody in the crowd goes, "Oh my god, 2 of them survived! You lucky guys! Quick, everybody help them out!" And you just have a whole bunch of human hands reaching down to you to try to, like, help you out.
Are they influenced by the fact that they just got blood sprayed in their face? Like, is that affecting their control at all?
That's what I was thinking.
I'm a little worried about that, so I want a rouse check from both of you.
Remind me,
That's okay, because I need to check how to do a rouse check, too.
Yeah, it keeps
Just-
saying do a rouse check, but I don't know what that
Santiago
is.
is super averse to human blood. Like, he hates human blood because he wants it, but
sure.
doesn't
Oh
eat
no.
it. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm
Like,
looking
but could you
around for a rouse
avoid
check.
eating it? Like, like it be in your like
Ah,
you even went up your nose? Like, you could taste in the back of your throat? Like, you couldn't full.
Evangeline's really thinking about this.
Listen, I'm super into Hannibal. Thank you.
That's fair.
I mean, I guess he would just feel terrible. He might indulge a bit, but just feel terrible for days. That's like the basis
Catholic,
of
huh?
the character.
I am looking for how
Yeah,
to make
very
a rouse
much so.
check. Do. Rolling a rouse check. Still working on this.
We're good.
Fail rouse check.
Is it just 1 die or is it 2? 1. I don't know.
I'm still looking for it because there's a lot of instances of it in the thing, so I need to keep going back until I understand how to do it.
You want me to do a Google?
Sure, do a Google while I'm looking through the thingamajigger. Okay. Nope, that's not it.
I like it. I don't like it. We're staying like we were.
So even as a farmer, given my predator type, if I
Roll a
step on
single
blood,
Die rolled by oh yeah, roll a 1 single die.
1.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
That's
To make
pass
a rouse
fail.
check, the player rolls a single die. As always, result of 6 or higher succeeds. So your hunger remains unchanged. If you fail, you gain 1 more point of hunger and thus gain 1 more hunger die.
I got a 6 exactly.
You're okay, Santiago?
Yes, 6 as well.
All right, so they survive their rouse checks. Honestly, even though this is after the fact, if any of you used a discipline that required to do a rouse check, do me a favor and roll for your rouse check. I'm
I
only gonna
failed.
make you do it once.
Which
Add
ones
blood.
require rouse check?
Any of your disciplines that required a rouse check that you
But how do you know if
activated.
it required a rouse check?
It'll say it in
Uh,
your thingamajigger.
If you use a discipline at all, like any magic, so you wouldn't. The premonition would
Your
have been.
premonition would have been.
Oh,
So you
God.
definitely.
Oh, actually,
I
my
think I'm
rapid
just gonna
reflexes too.
assume my celerity did. I need to
I
look it
failed.
up in the book, but
What if you crit success a rouse check?
My
I think-
dog is so cute.
I'm gonna say you can take a point off of your hunger.
Sweet.
I got a 4.
So you failed. So add a hunger point. So you're gonna
I
have
got
to
a
roll
3.
more than one.
I failed.
From my sense the beast.
So if you
So
fail, if you fail, you add another hunger die
Mhm.
for right now. So
Okay.
pip pip. So there's definitely people going, where do those cats come from? Oh my god, they're eating the bodies. Isn't that like, don't we have to wait for forensics or something to show up? Like, what do we do?
Contaminating the scene.
I'm like,
So the
wait,
train has moved. The train is gone.
Train is gone. There are
Okay.
2 cats feeding on the bodies.
I
And random
realized that
humans are
people
trying to
looking at
help
my
Marche and Santiago out. And one of them's like, oh my gosh, this man's disabled.
I would like
think
to
they're
whistle
help.
for my cats to return because I realize people are looking at them, and I want to protect their well-being above everything.
Okay.
I feel like
That's
Evangeline
definitely
wants
going
some
to
Tupperware.
catch attention, though. So now you have people trying to, like, gather around you and ask you about your cats.
Oh no! Oh shit! I shoot.
Anyone going to help her out with that?
This guy's dead over here. He fell and broke his neck.
Dead body over
So
there.
that successfully pulls quite a lot of people, but there are still 1 or 2 people who are like, lady, what are you doing down here with these 2 cats? And
Oh my god! I
did
thought
you just whistle?
I thought they were trained. I thought I could finally take them off leash, and then this tragedy happened. I didn't mean. I'm so sorry. I'll bring them on a leash next time.
Reaper,
I
do
mean,
something.
aren't they gonna get
Yeah.
sick?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm
Start
letting
crying,
Tibbie
like
be a
bawling.
distraction, but need to get Santiago and Marche off the track. So obviously I need
already
to.
accepted the help from the people who are like.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm out.
Okay,
so
so they're up.
And I'm
Yeah,
crying
you
on the
did.
floor, like bawling my eyes out,
What? Okay, sure.
to distract the people and also to faking
Is-
that I'm sad.
Did Sarge get on a train? Did you like Sarge is left?
He's behind me,
Sarge is
or
just
around me.
Sarge is near her,
There are a
and he
lot
is
of
called an
stuff
elevator at this point, and he is just like, he's got it open, and he's like,
I just get up and walk away from the dead body, like nothing happened. Just walking for the elevator.
there are people around you. Like, ma'am, are you hurt? Are you hurt? Because
I'm
you
like, you
just
should
yelled,
check
there's
on
a dead
him.
body here.
You should definitely check on him. Like maybe he's not dead. I'm not a doctor. I don't know
But
how
don't you
any
need
of
to
this works.
stay if there's questions or anything? Like, the
I
police are
just-
going to be here soon.
Listen, there's all those dead bodies.
All right, I'm going to have you roll for Evangeline.
Charisma.
I think you're going to have to go charisma plus subterfuge here.
Look at the open streets.
Oh fuck
and
yeah! Let's do it.
Very briefly consider just running away from everything that's happened.
It's an option.
Just like, okay, this was not worth. I'm out.
I've
don't
taken
actually
a
do that, but
hand
thought
on the back
crosses.
of each of them, and I'm just steering them towards the elevator.
Okay,
me and
no one's going after Tibbie at all.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
So once
I'm being like, I am so sorry. Oh my god, I thought they were trained. I'm gonna take them to their trainers right now. This is horrible. They should never have done that. I really thought they could be off leash.
Okay.
okay, I have 5.
Yeah, who's Reaper
sorry.
Manhandling?
us.
Yeah,
I
two
let
of you.
myself be led
All
away.
right, so
Okay.
Santiago's
weapon
letting
shock.
himself be led. Marche is allowing this to happen, so there's no rolls here. How you doing?
I have 5 successes, one of which is critical, and then I have 1 crit fail.
Okay, so you managed to get
And
everybody,
then blood die are both successes.
everyone around you. Oh, yeah, the dead body, and so they all start to go focus
yeah.
on the dead body, just like you asked them to.
Just check. Maybe he has signs of life.
Everybody's like, unreal. Oh my gosh, is anybody a doctor? Okay, so all of you are pretty much heading to the elevator, and Sarge is just like,
I'm like, we did good. Do I get an A+?
So
Like,
Sarge's emotions are.
Are you
on
going
his
with
feet.
Sarge at this point?
I am.
Tibbie?
Oh yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah. I'm like, oh god, go cat training right now. Gonna go that way.
Okay, so you'll notice by the time you all get to the elevator, you can't actually see Sarge anymore. He's in the elevator. Nobody who's looking, all they see is you all pile into the elevator.
That's,
Alright.
that's
Before I
a
got
neat
into
trick.
the elevator-
That's a neat trick.
I lean down to pick up a couple of things.
What do you
And then
what do you pick up?
My cane, one of them, and I pick up a throwing knife that Reaper left in the body of someone that I
Just
found
hold
there.
on to the-
And I not in defeat, but like to appease a little, I give the throwing knife to Reaper, and I just let myself be led into the elevator.
Okay. So the elevator door closed, and Sarge was like, that was not subtle.
But I mean,
we do
we got
good?
it done.
I didn't want to do any of this. I'm.
You said we could take care of the problem if we had to.
So are we done? Can we? Did we do what we had to do? Are we done?
He just hits the button, like, boom, hits the button for your floor.
Like we're not in trouble for like breaking the Masquerade, right? With like the premonition and the bloopy and like the moving too fast.
What's? No, I'm not gonna ask that.
It was just a nervous twitch. Just a nervous twitch. So it was a little bit more of a shimmy.
Sarge is just like, nobody got away.
They did not.
That's good. Did any of you learn anything from them before going?
They were definitely being used as bait by the ringleader, who Reaper stabbed and Tibbie shot.
Also,
But-
we totally read the clipboards. We just don't know, like,
That was just
Evangeline and I both-
standard. Like, it didn't even say the word vampire on it.
Clipboards.
It just said, you know, for more information about the danger to humankind or humanity.
Yeah, they definitely were not spreading information about vampires. They were super vague in how they spoke to us, even when we were persistent. And so I don't anticipate that they were very, like, not clued in. Like, it's fine. Everything's fine.
very bad at
More
marketing.
importantly, Sarge, you want information. You tell us you want information. You told us to disappear them or distract them. We did exactly as you said.
True.
Would I have gleaned something from my sense the beast from the leader, or just like
Just
a
what I
general...
told you, which is like just the
Okay.
fact that this guy was really intelligent. This guy was keeping an eye out, like almost kind of hunter style, looking for.
Yeah, we
Thanks.
needed a successful premonition more than...
Yeah,
sensing.
and
Hold on. When I was on the tracks, would I have gotten any of the... So, would I have gotten any blood or anything from the investigator on me?
Quite possibly, but along with a whole mess of everything else.
Very
so
likely.
it's,
Do we
it
have-
And
probably
fails,
is
I can
on
read
you.
them.
I was like, I think I might have a way for us to figure out something here. Do we have anything, some physical, organic, something or other from the guy that we were trying to talk to, the investigator guy? Do we have
I think-
anything?
I
Tibbie's
hold up
cat
the
is
knife.
covered in his blood. Oh, yeah. Better.
The
Also-
knife that Santiago has retrieved.
And then
I
There's
planned
no
on
kind of-
licking it, but
don't you do that in a second. Can I see it? Okay, I take it and I use my spirit ties, which allows me to learn something about a target from residues of its tissue.
Rouse check. Because we
Rouse
forgot.
check.
Again, another rouse check.
Every time you use it.
Yeah, if I'm using a discipline.
But also, I'm not going to make you rouse check until after you roll to find out if the spirit ties works or not. You're going to have to do a rouse check regardless.
Sure. Okay.
For some reason, my search is not happening. Hang on. It's called something else. Auspex. Let's go to Auspex. Where are my Auspex? There it is. And you said Spirit Ties, which is a level 3, right?
Yes.
Did it change in 5e? Because level 3 is Scry the Soul or Share the Senses.
I'm looking at White Wolf right now, and it's Artist's Intent, the Spirit's Touch, and Spirit Ties.
Oh, it's level 4 in 5e. So it's a little different in 5e.
I'm looking. It says that this is according to Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition.
Spirit Ties is not in the core book. It must have changed over time. So let me look it up on White Wolf real quick for you.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the same thing as you.
Sure.
I don't know.
Do-do-do-do. Learn something about a target. Alright, so... Alright, it's gonna be wits plus auspex. I think.
Okay.
Alright, how many successes do you have?
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you were actually positive that's what it was. Okay. One success, no critical fails. That's boring.
Learn something about the tire. So you do learn that this was indeed an investigator, and this investigator was indeed looking for vampires.
Not anymore.
Information we already had. Okay.
I will give you another piece of
Confirmation.
information, though.
I mean, it is what it is.
This person has successfully found vampires in the past. Recently.
Okay.
Recently?
He found them now.
Can I ask, turn to Sarge, and I'm like, don't you have files on these people?
Well, hold on. We're going to pause
Okay,
here
sorry.
because I think
Yeah.
that Jenny stepped out anyway, so it's a good
Oh,
time
yeah.
for a break. And actually, Jenny's just coming back, but it is a good time for a break. So let's
Okay,
break
I can hear you.
here.
Okay.
Let's take an 8-minute break, take a bio break, and then we'll come back into debriefing. So hold your thought there,
Okay.
Jenny. Just so you know, Spirit Ties had one success. So what we found out
I
was a
could
little
hear.
bit of a recap.
You're
Oh,
good.
shoot.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
And then I just hand back the dagger. I'm like, thank you. Or the knife.
Can I lick it now?
All right.
Unseen.
Do you do it slowly while just like making direct eye contact with as many people as possible? Yeah.
Unquestionably.
All right.
Listen, I like you kind of sort of saved my life. So like I'm like not super cool with you, but like not cool with you. So
One, you did impressively fall and break a guy's neck, so.
I don't know what you're talking about. He broke his own neck.
Also, what the fuck is Tibbie doing with a gun?
Doesn't everyone have a gun?
At this point, we're gonna take a break.
Right.
So 8 minutes. Come back, and we will continue. But until then, I think I'm gonna stop the recording and then come back rather than have one
Cool.
single long recording.
Sweet. I'm gonna mute.